Broadcasting from Chicago as the Bulls get ready to take the hardwood here at the United Center. We've got a chance now for our starting lineups from point guard to center. This game should be a good one. And guys, what are we going to be looking for in this one from Kenneth Faried?
Well, when he came out of college, the one thing you knew with Kenneth Faried was he was going to give you a lot of hustle. Great rebounder at Morehead State, and he brought that into the league with him. He attacks the ball, he attacks the glass, plays hard on every possession.
That's just the kind of player he is. It's in his nature. He can't help but hustle after missed shots, and he's willing to battle for rebounds and loose balls with anybody. There's no backing down with Faried. Looking at Chicago, they took the win in their last game against the Pistons in Detroit, and they put it all together in that game. It added up to a phenomenal win.
That was a game in hostile territory, too, guys. And it seemed like they had confidence right from the beginning, unbothered by being on the road.
And, you know, their shots were falling. From the top to the bottom of that lineup, their guys were heated up.
And Rose drops them both. So for the Nuggets, their last game, a loss to the Los Angeles Lakers.
And you don't need to dig too deep into the box score to figure out why they lost the game. I mean, their shooting percentage was abysmal.
You know, sometimes we talk about the defense getting into the heads of the opposing players, but it seemed that night they got in their own heads, couldn't get out of their own way as they lost confidence at the offensive end.
On defense, Chicago, and going against Denver, their first meeting of the season.
And I think they're probably still smarting from what happened to a year ago when they were swept in the season series, losing both matchups.
Lawson kicks to Hickson. That is in there. Lawson with the assist.
He could have forced a tough inside shot, but made a terrific kick out to find the open jumper instead.
Doris Burke has an update for us. Doris?
I had a chance to catch up with Tom Thibodeau. He said that they'd be focusing a lot of their defensive energies on containing Ty Lawson, especially in transition. He added, Lawson is one of the fastest players in the league. So if you let him get out and run, you're putting yourself at a huge disadvantage. We've got to keep him in the half court and limit his penetration. Guys?
All right, Doris. Here is Lawson. Following the score by Derrick Rose. Here's Hickson. Here's Faried. And he was fouled on the way out. 2 free throws now for him. Denver shooting their first free throws of the night right here. He's off on the first. He hits the second from the line. Steve talking about the sweep of last year. You have to expect that will be a motivating factor for them today. Going winless against any opponent is not something they're used to.
Well, no matter what, this is a matchup I really look forward to and enjoy, Kevin. Two of the league's best teams going at it. You never know, partner. It could be a preview of this season's NBA Finals.
Wow, that's a big prediction.
Well, I make big predictions.
You look at Steve. You do, don't you agree? Come on, you do. Noah against Hickson. Kicks it to Chandler. 6 on the shot clock. 13 feet away. And the shot is good. Chandler's got his first points in this one.
That's a clean look they gave him there, fellas, and he drains those. Wilson Chandler was one of those guys who decided during the condensed season to play in China. Took him a while to get back to the NBA, and when he did, a hip injury kept him on the sidelines. But last season, he seemed to regain his earlier form.
A moment here now to see how the numbers stack up for Joakim Noah. First in blocks, and using his size and his power, he's at number 3 in the league in rebounding.
And you pointed out that his blocks per game average, Steve, is the highest in the NBA. I mean, he's leading the league in that category. It's there in the low post where he's been most valuable to his team, in my opinion.
Sean Marion has checked in for the Nuggets. And Wilson Chandler, 26 years of age, athletic, physical. The Nuggets gave him a nice 5-year contract on this basis of his potential.
Well, he's one of the players they got him to come all Anthony. He's tough, low-maintenance guy, competes at both ends of the floor, and can really shoot the 3-ball well, too. I think he complements what Denver has tried to do here in recent years, playing that up-tempo style and yet maintain that floor spacing on the half court.
And Rose throws it down. That's the way to get some momentum on your side.
Absolutely. Those dunks can really have a deflating effect on the defense.
Especially coming from a guy out of the backcourt.
The dish to Marion. Chandler outside. And Luol Deng pulls it down.
Not necessarily a strong inside presence, but he needs to polish those chances off.
Lee pass to Rose. Marion getting on top. And there's Derrick Rose on the assist by Lee. That's 8 points for Derrick Rose.
He's gutsy. That's what I really respect about him. It seems like the more pressure there is, the more he enjoys the moment. So he is the guy you want taking the big shot at the end of the game.
I'll tell you what else I like is his attacking mindset too, Steve. No matter where he is on the court, when he gets possession, he will turn it up and turn it on and run out. Most of the time, he doesn't stop until he's laid the ball in the hoop.
Here's what Denver's going with right now. Kenyon Martin, he's checked in for Kenneth Fareed. Arthur comes in for Wilson Chandler. And it's Foy in for Wesley Matthews. Here's Arthur, following the score by Derrick Rose. Here's Martin. That one wide left.
You know, that mid-range jump shot is not his strong suit, even when he gets a good look like that.
Lucas, the pass to Gibson. Soft touch off the glass.
Well, they've settled into their offense very quickly here today.
Yeah, they're zoned in, making the most out of their possessions here.
And stolen by Lucas. And now in transition is Lucas. Here we go. Jefferson. Ellington dishes to Jefferson. 6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Lucas off a pick from Gibson. Lucas kicks to Deng. Back to Lucas. Just 5 to shoot. Lucas off a pick from Deng. Here's back up. No good for Lucas.
And no excuses there. Got a really good look at the basket after being freed up by the pick.
We say it all the time. The execution was excellent. The result not as good, but good ball movement anyway.
Coming up next Thursday, January 30th, the Houston Rockets take on LeBron James and the Miami Heat. Hoops.
All right, the second quarter beginning in just a moment. Looking at what we've seen for the Bulls, what do you guys think?
So difficult to get a shot off against this defense. They are really playing hard.
Yeah, they're playing hard, and they pride themselves on making it tough for their opponents.
Inside, Gibson and Noah. John Lucas out there with Wayne Ellington. And it's Jefferson in a small forward. That's the 5 out there for the Bulls. Outside for Robinson. Robinson missing again. Chicago leading by 6.
You know, Joakim Noah, part of those back-to-back championship teams, Florida, 2006 and 7. He's kind of skinny in college, in his first years in the league. But he's done a really good job of adding muscle to his frame. That work in the weight room and in his basement have served him well.
Here's what Denver's going with right now. J.J. Hickson, he's checked in for Arthur. Douglas comes in for Andy Ford. And it's Calderon in for Nate Robinson. Here's the feed to Calderon. A 3-ball. Denver the rebound. Here's Martin. He shoot again. And across the basket, he was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more.
He got a great read of where that miss was going, and that allowed him to be the first guy to it and get the putback.
And with the big minutes that Joakim Noah is asked to play, it's a good thing he's been so dedicated to staying in shape.
He's another player, Kevin, who does yoga in the offseason. He's even trained with big wave surfers in Horizon underwater with weights in his hands, jumping and running. Pretty interesting training regimen, but of course he's a very interesting guy.
Pretty wild, huh? Douglas kicks to Hickson. He dishes it to Calderon. Shoots from 8. It's blocked. Lucas with it. Outside Jefferson. But no recovery. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. Calderon passes to Douglas. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2.
Well, guys, with the style of defense he plays, he's better make sure every pass is a smart one if he's around. Because if it's not, it'll be in his hands before you know it, heading the other way for an easy lay.
And another thing I love about him is his willingness to really get in there and mix it up. I mean, to put his body on the line, but that's what it's going to take to make a play.
Rose dishes to Lee. Tries again. The kick out to Dan. Pass to Rose. Gets it to go. Rose has got 10.
They're forcing the ball inside, and it's working beautifully.
Yeah, the defense has been futile with 5 of the last 6 field goals in the lane.
Douglas with it. He's picked up by Lee. It's stolen by Rose. Here in the second quarter, we've played a little over 2.5 minutes now. Oh, that's picked.
Oh, they're not +5 in the rebound category. Really controlling the runs.
And rebounding is one of those non-glamorous stats. I mean, it takes work and effort and tenacity and physicality. But when you look at the scoreboard, you can see the correlation.
And a look at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for Chicago.
You know what, guys? It looks to me like they're really in sync here, all on the same page. They've already got a bunch of assists.
Yeah, and the fact that they're playing well, close to the hoop, finding points in the paint, I mean, they've got it all going tonight.
Okay, with this break, let's run down the point guards with the most assists in the league in the past 10 games. Derrick Rose, number 1.
Man, he's been doing everything you want from that position, getting everyone involved, making sure the defense has to worry about all 5 guys on the court.
Not only has he been doing all that, but as his assist rank illustrates, he's been doing it better than any other point guard in the league. You can't give him enough credit for his passing this season.
Right side, Lee. Defended by Douglas. Outside Rose. And there's a minute 45 left now here in the second. That's good.
He had his choice of finishing moves there. You just got to love the fact he went old school with the finger up.
Douglas kicks to Calderon. Dishes it to Douglas. That ball, nice speed this time from Jose Calderon. Time called here, the Bulls decide to talk it over. And this part of the game always important to stay focused, and while the coach goes over the game plan, these players are getting a much-needed chance to rehydrate and refuel with Gatorade. And guys, we know the drill well, all 3 of us drinking the Gatorade too.
Yeah, right. I mean, Kevin, people have no idea the fatigue that can set in during the telecast. And so it's important for us to stay hydrated all game long.
Clark, you're always hydrated.
Yeah, I try to be, but it's usually with a combination of H2O and Gatorade.
I love Gatorade. And look at Steve, got the Gatorade shirt on.
He's really immersed in the Gatorade.
Yeah.
Gotta love it.
Butler with the block.
It's been a great day for them on the board, Clark. That's definitely been a major factor in building this big lead.
And you know, from a numbers standpoint, the advantage might not be that large, but they have been manhandling them inside.
There's Lee with the 3. It's hauled in by the Nuggets. Fareed's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. And Quentin Lee gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. Taj Gibson's checked in for the Bulls. Matthews is screen on Rose. Lawson against Rose. That's a floater go. With 4 seconds on the clock. 2 on the clock. And it's good on the layup. Rose has got 6 points in the quarter.
He presents a defender with a serious challenge. Always.
And so that's the end of the first half. Bulls lead by 13. Time now for the halftime break, with the third quarter soon to follow, right here on 2K Sports.
Now, presented by Sprint.
The fun has begun on this Saturday night, and
Boston. The Sprint halftime report, presented by Sprint.
And one of the shores of Lake Michigan, the lights of the great city of Chicago, as we return.
What a game for Rose. He has 14 points and also 3 steals.
Wow, he's accounted for over half his team's points. Can you believe that?
This is hard to believe, but we're seeing it with our own 2 eyes, so it must be happening.
Here's who Brian Shaw is starting the second half with. Kenneth Fareed is out there with Wilson Chandler. Now it's Lawson. And it's Matthews. And it's Hickson in the Casero position. Rose gets to Dang. Back to Rose. He passes it to Derrick. Oh, good with the triple. The Nuggets trail by 13.
Well, Luol Deng, originally from South Sudan, his family moved to London when he was a teen, and then for him, going to the United States, a worldly player for sure, and he's been involved in a lot of causes, both here in the U.S. and internationally. Nothing fancy there. Didn't need it.
Nope. His only concern right now, Clark, is getting the points on the board, and I don't mean style points.
I like the simplicity.
But there was some style there, Kev. It was a pretty sweet one-handed flush.
Lawson against Rose. Oh, and it looks like that's going to be a goaltending call. Yep, that's it. So they'll get the basket.
He didn't get to that one quite in time, Kevin. Those can be tough to gauge sometimes.
Can you hear the crowd kind of murmuring? I don't think they agreed with the officials on that.
Steve, I tell you what, they're really letting them have it.
No, the timely swing gave him a step, and he took it all the way. Noah's got his second bucket of the night. And going back to Deng, so active off the court, helping Sudanese refugees. Basketball without borders. Numerous charities. He has his balance and showed him with that kind of thoughtfulness.
Yeah, and he's also championed a lot of causes in the UK, campaigning to maintain funding for the British national team. Deng is passionate, both on and off the court. You just love his approach to the game and to life, Kevin.
Good point. 4 on the shot clock. Lawson with it. And Rose picks him up defensively. He muscles it in through the contact, and they call the foul. And he's on his way to the free throw line.
Even with the D-Murphy, he made it look easy with the soft finger roll.
Denver shooting a 6th attempt at the free throw line tonight.
Well, Ty Lawson, given the keys to this Nuggets offense last year by George Ball, I think Brian Shaw now has similar confidence in his point guard, allowing him to really run this team in transition, get them out and firing.
And Wilson Chandler with the slam.
Really hard to decide, guys, which was better, the pass, the catch, or the slam.
Clark, there's no wrong answer to that one, my friend. Sensational alley-oop all the way around.
All of the above.
Rose attacking. So the whistle blows on the shot for 2 free throws for the contact right there. And going back to Lawson and his quickness, one of the fastest guys in the big park end-to-end in this game.
Yeah, and I think he's just a lot stronger than people think, and he's a terrific finisher around the rim for a guy who's probably only about 5'10". I know they try to list him taller than that, but he is a dynamo. Terrific point guard. I love watching him go.
Denver making a switch here. Kenyon Martin, he's checked in for Hickson. Arthur comes in for Kenneth Fareed. Sean Marion is checked in for Wilson Chandler. And Nate Robinson is subbed in for Ty Lawson.
These defenders are not putting up much of a fight on the interior. It's been embarrassing. That's 10 consecutive points allowed in the lane.
And that's not the kind of streak you want to have if you're playing defense.
Wilson Chandler's checked in for Terrell Arthur. Rose passes to Derrick. And again, no good by Chicago.
Boy, I'm shocked he didn't make that one. He usually knocks that one down with ease.
Chandler dishes to Robinson. And out of bounds is Chicago gains possession. Let's take this chance to bring you now the hottest shooters from downtown this month. As you take a look at Nate Robinson, 3rd in the NBA, he's someone that if you leave him alone, he's going to knock it down.
Well, it's not just that he's getting the baskets, Kevin, but he's been doing a great job of getting open for a shot. So it's a combination of making shots, but before that, getting himself open to take the shot.
Here's what Denver's going with right now. Kenneth Fareed comes in for Kenyon Martin. And it's Lawson in for Wesley Matthews. Lawson, he's covered by Deng. Marion outside. Robinson drives in. 9 feet out. Some solid defense from Rose. And it's slammed in by Fareed.
Well, something special about him, guys, is just how good he is at winning the so-called second shot game, going hard to the offensive glass, salvaging points with his putbacks.
And don't forget now, a walking highlight reel every time he steps on the court. His flair for the dramatic makes him worth the price of admission all by himself.
Taj Gibson's checked in for Chicago. So he gets them both.
And if they continue to shoot well from the free throw line like they are, their lead is going to be pretty steady here.
That's not an overstatement. They've literally not missed a single foul shot this half.
The Nuggets have shot 4 of 7 as a team from the line tonight. several misses early.
And for the season, guys, they're about 73% from the line, so kind of a mediocre shooting club.
You know, they've really put themselves behind the 8 ball in so many of their games because they just have not been able to knock down those foul shots.
Gibson setting the pick for Rose. Lee outside. Yes, and it's Rose with the assist that time. Rose has got 4 assists now tonight.
A splendid pass that time by Rose.
Stolen by Rose. Fast break here from Chicago. Here's Butler. The basket drops and gets fouled on the shot. One free throw coming in front.
Not much the defense can do once he gets to the bucket.
Joakim Noah, he's checked in for Luol Deng. Here's Lawson. He's got 9. And Gibson sends it back. To the inside. Sean Marion grabs the miss.
There was just enough defensive pressure to get him off balance and cause that shot to go awry.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And that one's good.
You know, they really aren't putting up any resistance on the low block. That's the 5th consecutive basket inside.
And Steve, these looks they're allowing are almost automatic.
Rose gets the lead. Back to Rose. Hands the shot from the way. Rose has got 8 points here in this quarter. Here's Lawson. Averaging 6 points per contest. With 1 on the clock, it's caught by Rose. And here at the end of the 3rd quarter, it's a double-digit ball.
Tune in next Sunday, January 26th. Ty Lawson.
And we're rolling here again with the 4th quarter. Might not come down to the wire, but you never know. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Bulls.
Their defense has been outstanding, Kevin. Closing out on shots, blocking a lot of them as well.
Another part of their game that's made a difference tonight is all the second chance points they've been able to get.
Our 4th quarter action underway, presented by Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lines. So for Chicago right now, inside, Gibson and Noah. The out there, Derrick Rose. And it's Deng in at the 3, the small forward.
You know, guys, when Noah came out of Florida, most people viewed him as just an energy guy or a role player, but I tell you what, I always saw him as a highly skilled player. He could pass it, he could put it on the floor, he's smart defensively. He's shown that he can anchor a defense, and he contributes double-doubles on a nightly basis.
And the Nuggets making a change here. Robinson's checked in.
Get there, get there!
Stolen by Noah. Outside Rose. Back to Noah. It's stolen by Foy. Jumps up. A huge slam. A perfect end to the fast break.
Textbook example there of how to use defense to create offense.
Yeah, beautiful transition play after the steal all the way to the basket.
Wasted no time going to defense.
It feels like they're starting to pick up the intensity as the game itself starts to get a little more tight and close.
Now, guys, for a point guard, he can punch it.
Yes, sir. I mean, that would have been unheard of about a decade and a half ago, Kevin, seeing a guy bounce like that at his side.
Good point.
Times have changed, though. Guys, we got guards all over the league who can play way above the rim.
The Nuggets making a switch here. Hickson's checked in. Denver with the ball. It's a 16-point game. Some misses. You know, for Noah Clark, as you were talking, not just an energy guy, but Steve, he's a good ball handler. He's a really good passer for one. You know, atop the circle, he's got a great view of the floor, and he really can find the guy.
Yeah, well, it's so important these days to be able to make plays off of screen and rolls for a big guy to be able to catch at the foul line off that drop pass and then either score or find another shooter on the perimeter. Noah as good as anybody at that.
Robinson drives in, puts the lead pass in front of him. That's good.
They're on track here in the second half after their less than impressive first half. I mean, I think they came out with some tired legs to start. They've turned it around. They found some energy, and they look a lot more active and engaged.
Let's find out what Doris Burke has for us.
Thanks, Kevin. Tom some words for his team in that last half. He wants to make sure they stay assertive and aggressive on the offensive end, saying, I don't want to sit on this lead. Let's build on it and not give them a chance of coming back. Guys?
to Hickson. Working on Noah. Hickson against Noah. Clock at 6. Hickson inside. And they force the shot clock violation. Great team. Chicago leading by 16. Rose up on top. Guarded by Robinson. And it's Rose missing. The Nuggets have gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. A good look from Chandler. That one a little long. Chicago's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the 4th quarter. Rose attacking off on the layup.
Usually if he gets to the rim, he's converting it into points. But the defense stood tall there.
Robinson passes to Chandler. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Bulls will take it. Here's Rose. 3rd minute of action now gone here in the 4th. Back to Butler. Here's the 3. It's good. This time the assist from Rose. 9 points for Butler.
Well, that just adds to what's probably an already insurmountable lead. I think they'll be walking out of here with a pretty easy victory.
Steve, I think that's a given.
Robinson dishes to Chandler. And he drew the blocking foul. He'll go to the line for 2. Free throw, Chandler.
The score in the first half was their low free throw percentage. They've corrected that here in the second half, and hopefully they can build on it as this game continues to progress.
Denver with a platoon swap here on the floor. Lucas with it. Now guarded by Calderon. Jefferson's shot is off. Free throw good. 4.
This is what they need to do in the second half to come out with a win. It's not the only thing, but when you convert free throws at the other end, you put a lot of pressure on the opponent to play solid defense against.
J.J. Hickson, he's checked in for Denver. Lucas off a hook from Johnson. Lucas, that's good.
And that puts a cherry on top, so to speak. It's been a phenomenal showing.
All over but the winding now, Steve.
Big group substitution here for Denver. Kenyon Martin is checked in for Hickson. Arthur comes in for Kenneth Faried. Sean Marion is checked in for Wilson Chandler. And it's Calderon in for Ty Lawson. And it's Martin penetrating. Good. The Bulls leading by 16. Here's Lucas. Takes the lead pass. That is good.
Despite his ineffectiveness, the team has found other scoring options, which you have to have when one of your main guys is struggling.
And here's Calderon. Arthur sets the pick for Calderon. Marion. He feeds it to Arthur. Shoots. Martin trying to free himself up. Another shot, and he sinks the layup.
You know, they'll want to generate more of those shots in tight, guys.
Chicago's gotten just 1 of 4 3-pointers to go down for them here in the 4th. Johnson with a screen on Calder. Here's Lucas. Johnson cleans up the mess with the savage put-back flush. And the Bulls lead by 18.
Terrific job taking care of business in front of the home fans.
And Steve, I thought those fans, those home fans, gave this team a big lift all game. A lot of positive energy in the building.
Here's Calderon and Johnson with the block. Here's Ellington. No good. And so Chicago takes this one and by a big one.
to taking back this moment. These words I spoke, I know it. Now I can see clearly. I folded, I shouldered too much weight. I holding too much pain, and it destroyed me, and then rebuilt me, and now it can feel me. It follows me everywhere I go, but it can never break me. Now I know I was lying to myself back then, but the truth was always bleeding out my pen. I fade back to myself in the end. I'm just one step away. I ascend, I climb that faded staircase of sin. I'm reaching in vain just to hold on to them. Once again, the memories seem to blend. My enemies and friends seem to vanish in the wind. One step closer to your dreams. Does it mean everything in between where you are right now and where you wanna be? Must suffer for the cause like it ought to be. Me against the world in apostrophes. You look around like ain't nothing stopping